What's up, boys and girls? Gonna tell y'all a little story about my first time playing Call of Duty. It's a very strange little video that I'm making right here because I got introduced to Call of Duty in the most weirdest way. Well, I can't say weird. I can't say weird, but very unusual place. It wasn't through an ad. It wasn't through friends telling me, you gotta play this shit, man. This game I'm making. Nah. My first introduction to the game was seeing it, at GameStop, at Walmart, at any place that they sell, games and stuff like that. It never really appealed to me because of the cover, because it looked more realistic. Back in the early 2000s, we had games like Halo, we had Time Splitters, we had more of fantasy shooters. We were not into that realistic stuff, really. I would make an exception with SOCOM. A lot of people love SOCOM back in my days. So yeah, this was the PS2 era, the GameCube era, the Xbox era, and the biggest shooter at that era was Halo. No shooter came above Halo. Halo, Halo, Halo. The first time I've played Call of Duty, like the official first time, was at my local Toys R Us, where they had the 360 in the kiosk. That's how I played 360. I used to go almost every day, almost not every day, but almost every day. I would say one day yes, one day no, one day yes, and like I skip 2 days and then I go back again. So I used to go play Call of Duty and Cameo. They had a full copy, a full version of Cameo in that 360, and the rest were just demos. So I used to go from Cameo to Call of Duty, right? And Call of Duty was a demo, Call of Duty 3. Now, mind you, I used to play Cameo for the majority of the time because I was trying to actually beat it. So every time I came in, I played and I saved and went back home. So I used to be there for like 4 hours, man, around there, dude. And I was 15 years old, coming out of high school, going to Toys R Us, bro, playing Cameo and playing Call of Duty 3 demo. Mind you, we didn't have cell phones like that back then. Like it wasn't a main thing to have. It was a cell phones were like luxury to have, really. Back in the early 2000s. So my mom used to drop me there, and I would have to tell her the time that she picked me up. And if I got hungry, there was a Taco Bell right there, literally by the Toys R Us. I could just walk there, eat something, right? And go back and play Cameo and Call of Duty demo. Call of Duty 3 demo, man. What a life. So my initial thought on Call of Duty 3, I was like, this is a good game, but it's just not my type of game. So I brushed it off, real. I can't say it real quick because I kept going back to it to just give it more of a chance, but it just didn't budge with me. Let's fast forward everything. 2008. I got a 360 in 2007 because of Halo 3. I became a Halo 3 fiend. I was playing nothing but Halo 3 and like other games I rented here and there. So me and my brother, we go to Blockbuster. We had the Blockbuster Game Pass. Now, mind you, it was I think it was $10 for 2 games out. So we could rent 2 games at a time, right? There was this worker, I'll never forget him, bro. He was tall, fat, he had glasses, and he was like, hey man, y'all ever played Call of Duty 4? Modern Warfare? What really got me was the way he said it. It was like with some type of urgency, man. Like, y'all missing out big time. Type of, vibe I got from him. So he saw that I had 2 games. I had Ninja Gaiden 2 and another shooter. I forgot what shooter that was that I was renting. So he had the game right there. If someone literally just returned it right there. And he was like, hey man, I got the game here. You want me to just trade it with one of yours? I was very hesitant about it because I'm very hard to convince when it comes to games. I already know what type of games I like. I already know what type of what type of experience I'm looking for in a game, right? So you can't really sway me that easily to get a game You could sway me to try it out. You can't sway me to buy it, and a rental is trying out, and I could return it back whenever I want. So that played a part in it. And my brother out of nowhere said, fuck it, we're getting it. Couldn't really debate because it was one game for me and one game for him, and I was keeping my Ninja Gaiden 2. So he picked Modern Warfare. We took it home. I think, because I remember we coming home and I played it first. I think he went out with his friends. I don't know what it was because me and him, we shared the 360. So whenever he's playing, I was either in my room drawing or playing my Wii. We never really had fights. There was some times where we had fights over the 360, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I was always on my DS or Wii. So, every time he got off, I used to just get in, play. So I went directly to the campaign, and boy, I had one hell of an experience. It was like a Michael Bay movie with Christopher Nolan, like a little Christopher Nolan story with some Michael Bay action in it. How it felt to me. The guns were, it was all new to me because, mind you, I'm used to playing more of like fantasy shooters, Halo, Gears of War, etc. So all that is new to me, and I'm here having a blast in the campaign, blasting away. Love the whole twist it had. Right when I was done with the campaign, I'm like, damn it, I can't wait for part 2. So before I returned it, I had to try the multiplayer because I remember the guy telling me that he said, yo, play the multiplayer. But like I said, I wasn't really a multiplayer guy. I was more of a single player dude, and the only multiplayer game I really played was Halo and Gears of War. So I'm there in the multiplayer lobby. People are just talking shit to each other, bro. And I'm there just cracking up, right? So I get in there and I take a few steps. I get lit up like that, quick, because I'm not used to COD. And I'm like, man, I'm dying quick. What the hell is going on? Like, do you get like a shield, energy shield? Nah, fam. There's none. I hear it's that's it. Done. You're dead. And you respawn quick. Everything was just fast paced. And at that time, I was like, hey, yo, I don't know if I like this. I had a horrible death and kill ratio. It was terrible. I was dying. I probably had like 2 kills. And then I see freaking planes coming over me, and I'm standing there. I got bombed. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Somebody writing it or something? No. I didn't know about kill streaks. Then I get like 5 kills, and I get this thing called UAV. I'm like, what the fuck is a UAV? So then I press it, and I see red dots on my radar. So then I'm like, okay, I know what they are now, right? So I started to understand the game. You have to be faster than the other person. This is not really Halo where you can just throw a grenade, right? Let it blow up and shoot them in the head with a battle rifle. Or have an assault rifle and then finish them off with a battle rifle. It's not like that here. It's, I got you first. Headshot. So I had to learn how to only do headshots. Because I found out that's the quickest way to kill them. These shots weren't doing that big of a deal. Like, yeah, you still died, but a headshot's way quicker in this game. I learned, and I started getting kill streaks, and that's what really got me into COD. The kill streaks became like an addiction. It was like a reward for you killing people. Like, you wouldn't have to wait until the end of the game to get a reward. No, your reward is right there. So that was new, all new, and that created this addiction cycle. It became to the point where I didn't want to return the game. I really hooked to Call of Duty 4. But all good things must come to an end because I had to return the game because there was a time where we stopped getting Game Pass for like 2 months, I think it was. And then after those 2 months, I got it back and I tried to rent the game. It was never there. it was never on the shelf, bro. Never, never. I never got the chance to play it again like that. That same year, I believe the beta for World at War came out. That's when I was like, oh yeah, man, Call of Duty, yeah, it's definitely up there. That's one of the greatest shooters I ever played. So ever since that, I became a Call of Duty fan. I started buying all the games, when they came out. Um, and now Call of Duty is shit. it's crap, bro. Call of Duty is not what it was back then. Look at Black Ops 7 did so bad that Activision's like, you know what, we're going to take like a 2-year break or something like that. They should have been done. They should have done that. We don't want COD every year. Bring back COD in like 4 years. But this is Zaw 64 playing as Believing, and I'm out.